Now, last video, some of y'all were looking at me crazy. Some of y'all were, looking like, Sever, you finally fucking lost it. Here you go, gassing someone up who you like. Am I crazy now? Do I have your attention now? I'll say it again for the second video in a row, and now that there's, more evidence to go with it. Rhyne Howard is the best player in the league. 43 points in her second year. She was fucking triple teamed this afternoon and still got 43 points. Stop it. This shit is, I'm running out of words. Like, we went out there and we played at home, another Sunday home game that was weirdly at 3 o'clock. I just happened to have the day off, so I actually got to see it this time live-ish. And we beat the Sparks. We beat their ass. I think we put up like 113 points or some shit like that. Again, this is a WNBA game. We're talking about 10-minute quarters, and we put up like 113 points. This nigga Rhyne Howard had 43. She shot 50% from 3, 6 for 12, and then I think she was like some crazy shit, like 12 of 20 or 12 of 19 to get to 43. That is so beyond efficient, it's frightening. There was a point where the motherfucker was just throwing up shit, and it's like, it's not that I'm surprised, because obviously I think she's the best, but it's just like, goddamn, the rate it was happening. And it's just, it doesn't matter who you fucking put on her. I don't know why they kept having Destiny Henderson on her. Like, no offense to Henny, y'all know I fuck with Henny, but it's like, why would you put Henderson, Destiny Henderson, on fucking Rhyne Howard and be surprised when career highs start flying out the, like, I just don't understand it. Then at some point in the game, there was some shit talking from the Sparks bench. Rhyne would then go nuclear and drop 10 points in the fourth quarter while talking shit to the bench. And at some point, it is disrespect by definition. Now, this is no shot at some of our other players, because I fuck with just about everyone except for certain niggas who I think are buns. Some of them are bums, but some of them are buns. But that's not even there. But Cheyenne Parker and Alicia Gray being all-stars is great. I think they deserve it. I think that's incredible. But Rhyne Howard not being an all-star is asinine. That's like, and again, no disrespect to Cheyenne and Alicia, but that is the equivalent of, if we're talking about the Miami Heat Big 3 days, if Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade made the All-Star game, but LeBron didn't. What the fuck are we doing right now? That's like if Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen make the All-Star game, but Jordan doesn't. Right? That's like if Ron Artest and Pau Gasol make the All-Star game, but Kobe doesn't. Like, what the fuck are we doing? That's like if Mutombo and Al Snow made the All-Star game, but not Allen Iverson. Like, what the fuck are we doing? This shit is nonsensical to me to the highest possible degree. What the fuck is going on here? Now, could we say that it's a situation of she just didn't get enough votes? I call bullshit on that. I think there's some type of weird Atlanta politics going on. And I've been saying this in regards to the Hawks as well. There's some weird fucking politicking going on when niggas just don't like Atlanta. And I don't know if that's fucking envy, because we're just the capital of everything amazing. Like, we are the literal culture and motherfuckers is salty about it. I don't know. But there's some type of weird angling going on, some vendetta against Atlanta sports that I don't fucking understand. In the playoffs, DeJounte Murray was suspended for yelling at a referee and bumping past him a little bit. But there are multiple times where fucking Jason Tatum would literally shove a ref to the ground, pick up a ladder, pick up Giannis's ladder and throw it at a nigga and nobody would fucking say anything. It's just weird fucking vendetta against Atlanta, and I don't quite understand it. The fascinating thing here is it seems Rhyne Howard specific. It seems like anytime you have these conversations of the best players in the league and the best young talent, Ryan's name is always getting left the fuck out. We hear all this shit about Shakira Austin. We hear all this shit about chick from the Wings, whose name I can never fucking pronounce. Like you hear all this shit, Enrique. Like you hear all this shit about all this young talent and all these young players and shit like that. You know, obviously we're being force-fed fucking Sabrina Ionescu every 3 days, but the same energy is not kept with Rhyne Howard. Now I would venture to say everyone I just named, Ryan is better than them, and I don't even think it's close. She's leagues better than Enrique. She's leagues better than fucking Sabrina Ionescu. Like, it's despicable. Obviously, fucking Shakira Austin isn't even in the same class as Rhyne Howard. No offense to Miss Boston. You know, shout out to her. She's incredible. She's dominant. She's amazing. Shout out to her. But the way they speak upon her, like she's the second coming of fucking Maya Moore or some shit like that, and I'm talking in terms of popularity, I understand that they are two different players that play two different styles. But they treat this motherfucking Boston like she's fucking Brittany Griner Part 2. I ain't seen the motherfucking dunk yet. But I feel like Ryan very much had to fight for any form of recognition she got. Now you could throw at us, okay, well Rhyne Howard was Rookie of the Year, right? Coach Wright was Coach of the Year type shit. Yeah, but they had to, because it was such a it would have been such an injustice. They would have had to Kathy would have had to shut the goddamn league down because of the clear bias against Atlanta. That motherfucker Rhyne Howard is the best in the goddamn league. Tonight, she went in there and said, I got time today, and obliterated them niggas. With the double teams that we talked about, with the triple teams that we talked about, with the blitzes and being fouled and all that shit that we talked about. And the calls still aren't even fucking there. She's just hitting just and one after and one after and one. And the fact that at one point she just said, fuck it, I'm shooting threes, and just starts draining them. And the fucking like snatchbacks and the mid-range and shit like that, and the fucking turnaround KD, fucking Dirk posties and shit like that. Her bag is limitless. She can post you up. She's got floaters. She's got this really fucking slept on layup package. Like, and then she gets blocks. Then she plays defense. Then she's got the assist. She's the best player in the fucking league. And I understand some of y'all really hold certain niggas to like certain places and shit like that, and to certain degrees and stuff. And I get that. But this is like the Michael Jordan conversation. Someone was going to be better than him eventually. It's okay to admit Braun is that nigga. Like, he was going to get surpassed eventually. That's like me trying to hold out as a D Rose fan and not fucking admit that Ja is literally flying through the sky. Let that shit go. Someone better was coming eventually. It's just the natural order of things. It's basic evolution. That's biology, my nigga. And I genuinely feel bad for all the people who are missing this shit and who are too busy being biased for whatever their fucking reason is to ignore the shit that's happening in Atlanta. I have no analysis about the game. The only thing I will say is that gentleman who was on commentary, again, I'm not the best with names, but I feel like if you can't say Ari, who the fuck is Ari? Like, if you can't fucking pronounce Ari's name, how the fuck did you get that job? If you are still misgendering AD at this point, how the fuck did you get that job? Niggas like me can't get a job with a dream to save my goddamn life, but we letting these bum ass niggas in the booth, but that's not the end of there. Anyway, we are at a point where you just don't know basketball. It's not even you don't watch the games. You don't know basketball. If you can look at what Ryan's doing and say she's not the best, I will put her up against anyone. Bring on your Candace Parkers, bring on your Asia Wilsons, bring on your Stewies and shit like that. Bring them the fuck on. Ryan is cooking them. Again, I have no analysis on the game. I just figured we could have an entire conversation asking the very legitimate question: how the fuck is Rhyne Howard not an all-star?